Hello students, hope you all are fine. So today I am going to start social study class for the students of class 5. So students, take out your social study book. Lesson number 14, page number 86. Open this page. Coming of the British and the revolt of 1857. So in this chapter we will learn about discovery of sea route to India, East India Company, Battle of Polachi, exploitation of Indians by the British, revolt against the British. Okay. So read the given information and choose the correct option. 100 years ago, India was a republic under the control of British. Europeans came to India through sea route or land route. Sea route. To trade with India, East India Company was established by the Britishers or Chinese. Britishers. Okay. Now, in ancient times, India was famous for its spices, cotton textiles, jewelry and pearls. Indian goods were in great demand all over the world, especially in Europe. Okay. So, in the earlier time, India was famous for its spices, cotton textiles, jewelry and pearls, and the Indian goods were demanded by all over the world. Okay, especially in Europe. And it had been trading with Rome and Greece for centuries. The Arabs were among the first to came to India for trade. Later, the Portuguese, the Dutch, the British, and the French followed. Okay, first the Arabs came to India for trade, then Portuguese come, then Dutch, Britishers, and French. They were followed. Now the Dutch, the people of Netherlands, okay, called Dutch. So they fought among themselves to gain control over trade. Now, discovery of a sea route to India. In 1498, Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese explorer means traveler, simply traveler, discovered a new sea route to India via the Cape of Good Hope. So, Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese traveler or explorer, discovered this sea route to India via the Cape of Good Hope. Okay, the Portuguese used this route to reach Calicut and started trading in the region. At that time, Calicut was a major producer of spices. Okay, Vasco da Gama got permission from the ruler of Calicut to carry on trade with India. So here Vasco da Gama got permission by the ruler of Calicut to carry on trade with India. Now soon the Portuguese got monopoly rights over trade. So because Vasco da Gama got the permission by the ruler, and soon the Portuguese got monopoly right. In monopoly system, the seller faces no competition. Okay, as the seller was the sole seller of goods with no close substitute. Okay. Now, East India Company. After the Industrial Revolution, other European countries such as Holland, France and Britain also became interested in India because they needed raw materials, trade goods and new markets. So, a few British merchants formed the East India Company in 1600 with the permission from the Queen Elizabeth I, who was the Queen of England at that time. Okay, at that time Queen Elizabeth I was the Queen of England, and she gave the permission to some British merchants to form the East India Company. And this company obtained permission from the Mughal Emperor Jahangir to trade in India. Upon obtaining trading rights, the British set up trade centers in Bombay and Madras, now Mumbai and Chennai. So, getting the permission, East India Company obtaining trading rights, the British set up their business centers, trade centers in Bombay and Madras, nowadays called Mumbai and Chennai. The French too set up trading company and established centers in Chandranagar in Bengal and Pondicherry. So here French also set up their trading company and established centers in Chandranagar in Bengal and Pondicherry. Today, Puducherry. Okay, now Puducherry. So the British did not like this. The Britishers did not like that French to set up their trading company in India. That's why they fought with the French and defeated them. As a result, the French were restricted to trade only in Pondicherry. Now these days called Puducherry. Okay. Battle of Polashi. After the death of Aurangzeb in 1707, the East India Company became more ambitious. So after the death of Aurangzeb, the East India Company became more ambitious, and the British had their own army to protect their trade, and they organized their own army to protect their business. They wanted to bring Bengal under their control. Thus they started building forts and settlements in the 17th century. Okay. They wanted to bring Bengal under their control, and that's why they started making buildings, forts and settlements. They also maintained an army in Bengal when Siraj-ud-Dowlah became the Nawab of Bengal. Okay, so they maintained the army in Bengal, but when Siraj-ud-Dowlah became the Nawab of Bengal, he ordered the Britishers to remove their army and stop its construction, because as they had not paid any taxes. So Siraj-ud-Dowlah, when he became the Nawab of Bengal, he ordered the Britishers to remove their army and stop the construction of buildings, forts and settlements, because they are not paying the tax. But this later, when they denied, he marched against the British in 1756. But the Britishers denied to pay the taxes. Okay, so Siraj-ud-Dowlah marched against the Britishers in 1756. This incident infuriated the British and they attacked Bengal in 1757. So this incident infuriated means make or become angry. The Britishers were become angry, more angry, and the Britishers attacked Bengal in 1757. Siraj-ud-Dowlah was defeated in the Battle of Polashi, and this battle was called Battle of Polashi, and here Siraj-ud-Dowlah was defeated by the Britishers, and the Britishers became very powerful in Bengal. This was the first step towards the conquest of Bengal. However, they were determined to take control over the whole India, but the Britishers want to take control over the whole India. The kings and the nawabs of small kingdoms in India always fought among themselves, and the Britishers helped one ruler against the other and gained power and wealth. This policy of British was known as divide and rule policy. Okay, so when the Britishers want to take control over the whole India, the Britishers thought that the kings and nawabs of the small kingdom in India always fought among themselves, and the Britishers helped these kings and nawabs against the others and gained power and wealth. Okay, so this policy of British was known as the divide and rule policy. This policy helped the Britishers to capture various kingdoms of Indian rulers. So because the Britishers want to take control over the whole India, that's why they manipulated the kings and the nawabs, and they fight among themselves. The kings and nawabs fight among themselves, and the Britishers won the battle, and Britishers capture various kingdoms and of Indian rulers by this policy, divide and rule policy. Okay, so this is the divide and rule policy of the Britishers. Okay, in the next video we will discuss the later part of this lesson. Till then, bye bye and take care.